How do I say this in a nice way? Rockstar, what the frick were you thinking? So if you haven't watched one of the other recent videos I posted, one of the changes that Rockstar made with this new DLC is removing some of the lesser used vehicles from the in-game websites. This is quoted from one of the pre-DLC newswires that Rockstar posted themselves. Now, they didn't specifically state how many vehicles they were gonna remove, and I myself said that I'm not too big of a fan of this change because what they're doing with these vehicles now is just putting select ones to be unlocked through stuff like the lucky wheel and the prize ride and other things like that, which is a horrible idea. Mainly because this is almost 200 vehicles that they just removed from the in-game websites. That is so many vehicles. Even though they're considered lesser used, we still enjoy them, and it's still good to just have them on the websites for whoever does want to go ahead and purchase them, because at the end of the day, all they're doing with these vehicles is basically putting the crappy vehicles on lucky wheels and stuff like that, which makes them a whole lot less exciting. Instead of having like the Lost Slam Van as an unlockable vehicle through the lucky wheel, now we're gonna have some random street vehicle that no one ever uses. Whoever decided to do this at Rockstar, I mean, A for effort, but it looks like you didn't drink your coffee this morning because you weren't thinking straight. One of the nearly 200 vehicles removed was the Infernus. The Infernus is such a cool vehicle. Yeah, it doesn't perform all that great, but it's extremely OG in the GTA series, and I guess from one point of view you can say that they just made nearly 200 vehicles rare to get now, but there's definitely a whole lot more people unhappy about removing them than the people who are glad that now they're considered more rare to get. I'll leave a link down below in the description to the huge list of all the vehicles that were removed, including, let's say, the Comet, the Buffalo S, the Paragon R, so many different vehicles. I would be okay if it was like the 10 or max like 20 absolute worst vehicles in the game, like let's say the Zaba. I despise the Zaba, it's such a bad vehicle. But who thought it was a good idea to remove almost 200 vehicles from the in-game websites? I swear that has to be like a third of all the vehicles in the game. I think when it comes to my personal opinion, I'm not super mad about the idea of removing lesser used vehicles, but for me, the amount they removed is just crazy. Way too many vehicles were removed. It's like when you try to clean your computer and you clear your recycle bin, but you accidentally cleared like files that you didn't want to clear. But the thing is that within this large number of vehicles removed, there were actually a lot of pretty good vehicles like the S80RR and the Sterling GT. I really like the Sterling GT. It's got great customization, it sounds amazing, and it's a very, very good vehicle overall. I don't understand why you need to remove so many vehicles, and a good chunk of them are actually pretty good and people actually care about. Rockstar's main reason for doing this is to clear up the websites a little bit so they're easier to navigate through, but that's just not the way to do it at all. They should have just added different filters like, oh, if we want to search for only two-door cars, or maybe if we want to search for cars that only begin with the letter E and stuff like that. There's a lot of different creative ways they could do to clear up and just organize the websites, because I do kind of agree with them that there's a lot of cars on these websites and it does take a bit sometimes to find a vehicle, but this is definitely not the right solution for it. I'm interested to see whether Rockstar will actually acknowledge the community, because there's a good amount of people that are not happy about this change. I'm one of them. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Do you like this change? What do you think they should have done instead? And click the video on screen now if you want to see how to unlock the new tactical SMG in GTA Online. I hope you all enjoy that video, and peace.